Okay. I think we have most of our speakers, actually also the investors, and other members of the ecosystem. So
this is excellent.
Great. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to 4IP Group's 5th Impact Investor e-pitching event under the theme Improving Access to Private Impact Capital for Small Growing Businesses in Africa. The 4IP Group's e-pitching platform takes advantage of the fact that 4IP Group is based in Geneva, the world's premier impact investing hub, while doing most of our advisory services in sub-Saharan Africa. The idea behind this and forthcoming quarterly e-pitching session is to bring the two communities, that is the Global North and the Global South, together by sharing vetted impact investing opportunities in Africa, which we have sourced through our close collaboration with African market enablers in Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, Zambia, Congo DRC, and Kenya. In today's case, we have joined forces with the Kinshasa Innovation Center, supported by the Swiss DRC Chamber of Commerce, Bongo Hive, and in Lusaka, Zambia, and a number of our strategic partners in Nigeria, such as Welcome to Africa and Innovation Hub, Will Grow Africa in Kenya, and Open University of Tanzania. 4IP Group, as an intermediary service provider, is an integral part of the impact investing ecosystem here in Switzerland, where I'm personally a board member of the Swiss Impact Investing Association, while also being closely involved in the global steering group for Impact Investing Task Force in Switzerland. The main aim of the quarterly e-pitching series is to increase the flow of private impact capital to African impact enterprises, some of which have transitioned to that status through the adoption of 4IP Group's ESG toolkit. By attending today's event, the impact investors present will get an opportunity to listen to a pipeline of investment-ready impact enterprises located in both Western, Eastern, and Southern Africa. So today's agenda is structured as follows. After this short introduction, before we jump straight into the pitching of 11 innovative companies, Mr. Johan Franzén will pitch the Entnest platform and its many utilities used daily by 4IP Group, among many other users. Each founder has maximum 5 minutes to pitch their innovative solution, the management team, the traction achieved so far, and most importantly, how much capital the company is raising in either private equity or private debt or both, and what else of value the investors they are looking for can bring to the venture. And then there will be 2 minutes to raise 1 to 3 burning questions from the investors present before we move on to the next pitch. If the founder speaks longer than 5 minutes, it's important to take note of that, there will be less time for questions, so please keep that in mind. And at the end of the 12 pitches, there will then be another opportunities for all of the investors present to ask a few questions targeted to one of the companies presenting today. And at the very end, if we are still within the tight time plan, there will be an opportunity for a short exchange with the other non-investor attendees. The event will end with a few concluding remarks regarding the next steps for the founders and the investors, as well as the next Impact Investor Circle event. So with this introduction, I hand over to Mr. Johan Franzén. So Johan, over to you, please.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'm going to be sharing my screen here then. So I guess my 5 minutes more or less starts immediately, Christian, right? Tell me if I'm wrong or not there, yeah? That's excellent. Okay, so I'm the founder of Entnest. And I don't know how much you know about Entnest, but I'm here. So Entnest, it's a digital infrastructure for the trusted local and global entrepreneurship ecosystem. And just to verify, you are seeing my screen, right?
Yeah.
I think you are, yes. Yeah, so in brief terms, entrepreneurship is the future of work. I think we all realize that we can't really rely on the big organizations of today or our governments to hire the future world population. So we need to create many more successful entrepreneurs everywhere. But I think entrepreneurship support is definitely growing, but very often it's fragmented and duplicative. And we are all in too many different communities. This is just a presentation I participated in, which showed all the different, or many of the different networks just in the small country of Switzerland. But the situation becomes, of course, even worse when you multiply by the number of countries and you look everywhere. So we are all quite overwhelmed, inefficient, and there's too much mistrust around us. We're all spammed, scammed, and hacked, and we struggle to really find the right real humans to interact with. So that is what the intent is of Entnest. So who is Entnest for? It's for different types of support organizations, it's for aspiring founders, and it's for established entrepreneurs, basically the whole ecosystem. And right now we're about 8,500 members from more than 60 countries. And what is important to us is really the opportunity of looking at quality instead of quantity. So how do we do that? Well, we're looking at it. Entnest is an invite-only platform. So you have to have an invitation in order to get in. And I think most of you here have actually been invited by Christian and his 4IP group. And that's really beautiful to see all the great people, passionate and purpose-driven, interested in creating a better livelihood for themselves and people around them. So invitation is a critical element. We have then collected a lot of different tools in one toolbox to make us more efficient and productive. And of course, what the end result, that we want to create is really to have a network of trusted networks, not just a place like LinkedIn where we're all connecting, but the actual interaction is actually quite low in LinkedIn and most other places. So Entnest, we have elements from many different of the big tech giants out there today, but we have connected then the elements in one place, and for that then we create synergies instead of this fragmentation and duplication between so many different networks and platforms and so on. And it's all about not just connecting, but actually interacting together. And it starts by what Christian is doing here, and Christian and his team is doing fabulous with getting the right people and organizations in to really have a great opportunity for creating more successful entrepreneurs everywhere. So we are flying under the radar, and we're keen on doing so. We're not wanting to spread the word through marketing or anything like that. We really want it to be organic growth through invitations by the people who are already on the inside. That's going to be a much stronger opportunity. And once you are inside, I think a number of you have gone in via the link that Christian shared in LinkedIn there. But as you can see, there is a big platform behind, and there are even more benefits if you actually use the invitation link. Christian, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have also shared the invitation link, not just to this event, but for them to get into the platform itself for further benefits ongoingly. And that's the way of doing it. So you can see a number of people coming in here, which is really, really excellent. And this is the way that we're moving forward. We have invested, of course, a lot of time and money already. and we're right now fundraising for another million Swiss, which is about 1.1 million US dollars, or approximately 1 million euros also. And for that, we're willing to give up 15% of the company. There might be some opportunities for some small discussions and so on also, but we very firmly believe that Entnest can, together with you and the trusted entrepreneurship ecosystem, I think we can easily grow the value and the opportunity and the benefits for everybody being involved at an early stage. So I'm going to be stopping there. Christian, I don't know if I used the full time of my allocation there, but yeah. So thank you for this opportunity. It's really excellent to see so many people here, and I hope that we will be able to continue interacting and so on ongoingly. We've had a little bit of an issue with the video tool provider. So this is actually a separate video link, which is outside of the Entnest platform at this point in time. But it would be excellent if you get into Entnest and still also click attend for Christian's event, so that we easily can continue interacting and even chatting together as a group even after this event is over. And that can happen through the Entnest platform, of course, there. So I leave it with that. Thank you so much. And any questions, welcome.
Maybe one quick question, since, as I said in the beginning, there's an opportunity to ask a few questions. So you're talking about 15% equity, Johan.
Yes.
Are you looking for one investor, or could you also look for co-investment from a couple of investors or even more investors?
Yes, I look for the more the merrier, but of course there's also a limit there. So we would say maximum 10 investors, new investors. Then that would be the limit, I would say, for that. But if those are support organizations of different types, or investor clubs, or I think maybe still a little bit too early for VCs, but I think we can really create a lot of value for everybody involved here. Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Johan. Yeah. So to stay within a very tight time schedule, we'll move on to the first company from Sub-Saharan Africa, and this is Nyamuka Logistics, which is based in Lusaka, Zambia. A company which connects truckers to cargo owners in Southern Africa. So Mr. Stephen Muraga, if you're there, please upload your PowerPoint, and you have 5 minutes once you're ready. Are you there, Stephen? Can't see all of the participants if he's there. Okay, I can't see Stephen. Okay, Stephen will come in later then. So we'll move on to the third company, which is it will be pitched by Mrs. KANGE OGOLA LOIS. She's the CEO of a solar impulse 1000 solution called SMILEYZ Mobile Kitchen Limited, which is based in Kaduna State, Nigeria. So Mrs. LOIS, over to you.
Good day, everyone. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we hear you clearly.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so my name is OGOLA LOIS KANGE, and I am the CEO of SMILEYZ Mobile Kitchen Limited. We are an agro-food processing business based in Kaduna State, Nigeria. In Kaduna State, Nigeria, where we're located, there is a lot of tomatoes. And unfortunately, a lot of these tomatoes goes to waste when it is not in season, because it is not properly processed to reduce the post-harvest loss, and a lot of it gets wasted. And this is because some of the farmers have not been trained, and the cottage processors do not know how to process it in that manner. And so what SMILEYZ Mobile Kitchen does is that we offtake the tomatoes from the farmers that we work with. We process it into paste and give it longer shelf life. and we sell in supermarkets and retail stores across the country. So beyond just processing tomatoes and adding value to the raw produce, SMILEYZ Mobile Kitchen Limited actually also trains women processors and cottage processors and farmers so that they know how to farm the produce right, so that they can also process right. That way, we are also reducing the, we are increasing their income. We are also providing them with means of livelihoods. And so SMILEYZ Mobile Kitchen would like to expand our processing activities in Kaduna State, Nigeria, where we're located. We want to set up our processing hub, which will cater for other cottage processors, women especially, and also help us to reach more markets. Currently, our products are in ShopRite stores and supermarkets across the country, but there is also a limit to the resources that we have. And so we have not yet reached the over 3 billion naira worth of target market that is available out there. And so we are looking to raise an investment with either equity or even grants to help us expand our cottage processing activities in Kaduna State, Nigeria, and also to help us get more impact on the smallholder farmers and the cottage processors, to train more of them, to take more produce from them, and thereby guarantee that they have, more incomes to train their children and, other activities that will improve their livelihoods. The impact that SMILEYZ Mobile Kitchen is making, like I earlier said in the introduction, is beyond just the revenues that we are generating as a company. We are also impacting on the environment positively because we recycle a lot. Our processes are, friendly to the environment. And so whoever is partnering with us, you ensure that you are partnering with an impact business. So in essence, we are looking for $250,000 to enable us expand our processing activities in Kaduna State, Nigeria. And for that, we are willing to give up 35% of equity, and we welcome, grants, and we welcome patient loans and patient debt as well. Thank you very much.
Okay, OGOLA, you used only 3.5 minutes, so that gives you more time for questions. So anyone wants to ask?
We can't hear you, Christian.
Yeah, so OGOLA, you have only spent 3 minutes and 40, so you have more time for questions. So anyone wants to raise some questions to OGOLA and this very exciting investment opportunity in Nigeria? Maybe you could say a few words about the team behind the company and the traction so far. And if you have some time, maybe also elaborate on what you're going to use the $250,000 US for.
Okay, so our team is based up of, so the smallholder farmers we work with, we have over 150 farmers we work with. Our main staff, we have 8 full-time staff. We have a board of directors of 3 women and 2 men, and over 30 years of experience under, in their coffers. Our revenue, when we started off in 2019, I'll just go by our traction. We started off producing 3,000 jars in 2019, and we sold all out. We expanded to 9,000 jars next year, and we've kept on increasing our production since then. Last year, our revenue was almost 11.5 million naira in revenue, and we hope to use the money to, of course, like I said earlier, to expand our processing facilities, and that would mean to get bigger spaces with more equipment. The more we are able to increase our capacity, we are able to uptake more from the local farmers. So generally increasing our capacity by 200% in terms of our equipment and facilities for processing. We're increasing our marketing by another 50% as well. And then also adding on logistics to enable us to reach other locations within Nigeria and potentially exporting. We've been able to secure our ASIP certification and FDA certification that enables us to export beyond the shores of Nigeria. So we welcome, partners, and we are going beyond just the tomatoes value chain to other, aspects of agriculture. Wherever there is loss in agriculture, we are looking in those directions to ensure that we process those produce and reduce post-harvest losses in that direction as well.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank
can I please
mute again, Christian? Yeah.
Again, those who are not speaking, please put yourself on mute because the quality of the sound is being affected. So JK, I don't know who you are. Please put yourself on mute. Uemo as well. There's 40 seconds for one more burning question.
Well, I'd like to offer my further support to OGOLA, but also to all the other participants here. So please do get into Entnest if you're not already in. I've shared the link from Christian's 4IP group in the chat here. And yeah, I'm happy to provide my further support to everybody here.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So OGOLA did not use a PowerPoint. So if you have a pitch deck, OGOLA, anyone wants to take a closer look at that, please reach out to us after the end of today's session. So thank you so much, OGOLA, for your presentation. Very much appreciated, and good luck with the fundraising.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So we move on to the next company. Next we have Mr. Emmanuel Ipenge. He's the CEO of Congo Medika, a medical platform providing medical services in real time in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and a graduate of the Kinshasa Innovation Center. So, Monsieur Impeng, over to you. Do you need to upload your slide?
Yes.
Or I can also...
I can share it or...
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to share it.
Probably needs your help, Johan.
If you hover over the screen, you get some extra buttons at the bottom, and the third button is Start Screen Sharing.
Yes.
And
can you see it?
And go for entire screen. Yes, perfect. It's there.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Dr. Emmanuel Ipenge, CEO of Congo Medika. Every 3 seconds in Democratic Republic of Congo, a children is dying from malaria. Every 4 minutes, a people aged 65 and over are diagnosed with dementia or Alzheimer's disease. And it is a real problem in our country. That's why we have created that special slogans that we say, save lives in real time. We have found some problems that is very frequent in our society, such as the poor quality of medical services, the lack of follow-up for chronic condition in our settings, and also the slow patient intakes due to lack of referral system. And in our country, 40% to 60% of drugs are counterfeit. And for all this problem, the population don't have an health national insurance that helps them to have access to health care. That's why we have created this solution that I invite you to see. I don't know if you can hear it.
I have a fever. I feel very bad.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear it. Yes.
Okay.
Should I buy medicine or get a doctor to see me? With Congo Medika, I can find a doctor available and ready to help me immediately. Thanks to their database, I can find drugs and know the leaflet in 2 minutes. This is how I am caring for my family and am saving time and money. You can also get assistance from a qualified home doctor and into your life. Simply, in a few clicks, then you are located and supported to stabilize your home. Congo Medika, save lives in real time.
That's why we have created that medical application called Congo Medika that offers 3 services. We give home medical care with our health professional Actually, we have 120 health professionals who gives all medical care. We have doctors, we have nurses, we have kinesiotherapists, and other health professionals that help us to give all medical care in our country. Apart from that, we also give home delivery of drugs. We are working with drugstores that are certified by the Ministry of Health, in which that help us to give good products to our clients. Apart from that, we are planning to set up a notamized personalized health advice that can help people to have medical advice in real time via SMS. Our market is huge. It's around 235 billion in the world in the digital health market. Actually, Congolese who are using internet is around 17 million. And our target is people who are coming from the middle class in the formal sector and mostly in the informal sector, because the informal sector is about 70 to 80% of the population. And our company is aligned with the 3 sustainable global health of development to ensure healthy life and promote well-being for all at all ages. How are we making money? We are making money by doing home medical care that range from $5 to $40. We give also home delivery of drugs, and we are setting up medical advice that will be $20 per year. What have we accomplished so far? We have won the Orange Entrepreneurship Public Prize. It was in 2019. We were the winner of the Innovation Masterclass organized by the government in 2019. With the beginning of our enterprise in 2019, since now, we have now a headquarter when we can also give some clinical care in our settings, and we give also some awareness campaign. Every 3 months, we organize some awareness campaign and management of endemic and chronic disease. And actually, we have also a website that is called congomedica.com that is also under updating process, actually. What are we achieved so far? For the last semesters of 2022, we had 3 to 4 consultations per day, and that helped us to raise around $7,000. And in the beginning of the first trimester of 2023, we had 10 to 25 consultations per day, and we are ranging now up more than $70,000 per month.
Okay, Manuel, you're eating into your Q&A time now because you've spoken for 6 minutes. So try and see if you can wrap up in a few seconds. So there's also time for questions. Yeah.
Our work in progress, actually, we are working in a subscription that is dedicated for the informal sector that will help us to capture the population that we want to help. We call it Nabiki, that we give home medical care. And also we are working to make a digital medical record with a phone number that will help people to have access to our services. And so we would like to have $250,000 that will help us in IT equipment, the technical platform, and the digital health card, and also the digital marketing that will be helpful to make our platform known. We are not working alone. We have a great team of medical health professionals and IT in which we are working.
Okay, Manuel, I have to interrupt you now because otherwise you're eating into the time of the other speakers. But thank you so much, Emmanuel. I have a few questions I would like to raise, but I need to raise them at the very end during the Q&A because there's only 5 minutes time for the presentation and 2 minutes for the Q&A. and you have spoken for more than 7 minutes. But thank you so much for presenting this very important solution, not only for DRC, but I think for many other African countries. So, in interest of time, we move on to the next company, which is Mr. Daniel Mutambi. He's the CEO of the supply chain digital platform Dawapay, based in Nairobi, Kenya, and a graduate of Vilgro, Africa. So, Daniel, over to you. If you can log out, Emmanuel, your presentation so that Daniel can join.
Thank you very much. I'd like to share my presentation.
I think if you just share from your side, Daniel, it will override Emmanuel's. But Emmanuel, it would be great if you could stop sharing your screen. Yeah, perfect. So, Daniel, hover over the video and click on the third button to share your screen and click share entire screen. Perfect.
Okay, Daniel, so you have 5 minutes starting now.
Thank you very much. My name is Daniel Mutambi, and I lead the team at Dawapay, where we are building technology to franchise the distribution of both pharmaceutical and laboratory products across Africa, starting here with Kenya. I came upon this problem while working as a field sales medical representative, and after interacting with hundreds of retail pharmacies together with wholesalers, there was this common problem across the board, whereby there were delays in delivery. Sometimes the lowest minimal order required for the pharmaceutical company to deliver to those retail pharmacies and wholesalers was too high that they were unable to buy. And this all resulted to delays in delivery of medicines by up to 3 or 5 days. And sometimes there was frequent stock out of constant important medication that are required for life-saving. So this is a common problem here in Kenya, and we strongly believe across many African countries, whereby important life-saving medications are not available, resulting into more deaths of persons. Currently, Kenya loses about 144,000 people every year due to frequent stockouts of medication, and women and children are the most affected by this challenge that is across the supply chain.
Sorry if I can jump in there. I don't think that you're sharing the presentation. We're only seeing the first page still. So you probably want to move down in your presentation order, right?
Okay, sorry for that. You can only see my one screen.
Yes, we only see the first screen, not your whole presentation. That's why you need to share the entire screen, not just your presentation screen.
Sorry for that.
No worries. Just go in again and click on the third button to start sharing screen, and then you select the entire screen. I think it's up on the header in the third piece there says share entire screen, and then it should be possible for you to, yeah. Yes.
Okay, you're right. You're right now.
Yeah, we see slide 5. Yes, we see it. Yes, perfect.
So I was placing the solution which Dawapay provides in the market.
Yeah.
So this is the solution which we came up with, which is the Dawapay platform. So owners of retail pharmacies, clinics, and hospitals are able to download the Dawapay application, both the web and the Dawapay app available on Google Play Store, and place their orders. And then we work. The model highly relies on fulfillment agents. So the nearby wholesale agent is able to receive the order of the medication that they need. The agent is part of Dawapay, is under the Dawapay as a franchisee, and we are able to provide them a wide variety of inventory that is required. And then we also partner with delivery riders who are able to collect the orders from the fulfillment centers and deliver them to our pharmacies or clinics who place the orders on the platform. There are numerous benefits of using Dawapay vis-a-vis the manual traditional wholesalers that exist. For example, our prices are much affordable with an everyday better pricing available. We offer a wide variety of inventory, and our delivery timeline is currently up to 4 to 6 hours, which is on the record compared to the current 3, sometimes up to 4 days delivery that happens within the market. We are also able to offer credit, which is currently ongoing to our customers through their frequent or historical purchase patterns. Our business model relies on 3 key pillars, which is the fulfillment centers, the delivery partners who are the Dawapay riders. You can compare this to the Uber fulfillment riders that deliver Uber Eats or whatever. Then we also have the pharmacies, or the clinics and the pharmacies who are our main clients. So we are a B2B model. We're working with both pharmacies, fulfillment centers, and the delivery partners. Our key competitive advantages compared to the traditional wholesalers that exist is that we are accessible, providing the convenience to place orders anytime during the day. Our medicines are relatively affordable. A survey we did is that we are at least offering 16 to 26% much cheaper compared to the traditional wholesalers. And this has been attributed to the technology that we are using to reduce the manual inefficiencies that drive up costs high. We are providing consistency in terms of availability of the medicines. Also, ability to provide credit ranks us amongst competitive value compared to the competitors that exist in the market. We have had quite good significant traction and good market demand since we started. We started off in 2020, 2021, receiving web-based orders of up to 51,000. Then in the year 2021, we were joined by Vilgro in form of equity. We have able to grow our revenues up to 3 times to 150,000, receiving an investment of $50,000. Up to now, we are scaling consistently. We have been able to do 250 B2B clients currently, and we want to increase this number to 864 before this year ends as we continue to grow. Our key performance indicators is that we have a GMV of at least $100,000. Our SKUs is continually growing, an average revenue growth of 40%, which has been continuously improving. And even during the COVID times, we are doing 26% month on month. The number has grown significantly, and the frequency of orders, consistency of the clients has equally impressive, with the average order values of $25 and continuous frequency orders of at least 15 times in a month, which is quite impressive within the market. We have a combined team experience of at least 10 plus years. I lead the team. I'm the CEO. We have Ian Kariuki, the head of ICT. He has joined us here. We also have Timothy, who is the head pharmacist. All of us have extensive experiences within the field, from the supply sales within the pharmaceutical sector, IT development. Ian has been instrumental in connecting our B2B online payments with the bank, and all that has grown. So we have numerous partnerships. We are seeking to raise 500,000 in order to reach 15,000 health facilities and upgrade our fulfillment center to 60 wholesale agents. Thank you for your time. My name is Daniel Mutambi once again.
Thank you, Daniel. You spent 6 minutes and 15, so that's 45 seconds left for the first round of questions. I was wondering that we saw with the DRC that internet access and small middle income class were some of the major constraints. What do you see as the biggest constraint that hinders you from going from consistent growth towards more exponential growth? And you have 30 seconds to reply, please.
Compared to DRC, with the internet penetration within Kenya is relatively high. Smartphones are increasingly much cheaper, and every owner of retail pharmacy should at least 90% of them, the ones we've interacted with, already have smartphones. So that's a key advantage that we have. One barrier to growth that we see is ability to provide credit and timely deliveries, as we are relatively asset heavy with the inventory. So those are the few challenges that we have and barriers that are affecting us to scale.
Okay, thank you so much, Daniel. And good luck with the fundraising, and please stick around to the Q&A at the end of the session, where we hope some of the investors present will also ask questions. Okay, so we move on to the sixth company, which is a thriving pig farmer, Mrs. MAKUMBIRO. She's a nurse by profession and has specialized in public health. and who is a proprietor of the S.I.M. MAKUMBIRO farms based in Kingombe Central in Lusaka province in Zambia. Over to you. I don't see her. Okay. We'll come back.
I'm here.
Are you here? Okay, great. Okay, so
Yes.
want to upload your PowerPoint?
Afternoon. Let me. So I've got to start sharing. Ooh.
It's probably because it said fellow Jitzer on your name there. You might need to update your name to be able to share your screen and so on.
How did I don't know how I acquired the Jitsi.
So click, if you click on, let me see here now. You can, if you hover over, you can click on the 3 buttons in the bar that shows at the bottom, and then you can update your name and so on. You can click on your profile there and add your name, for instance. You can also share your screen and all kinds of other things in there.
The 3 buttons at the top, at the bottom.
At the bottom, yeah. When you hover over the one next to the hang up button, there are 3 buttons or 3 like dots. And then you can update your name there. There's a few others who also says fellow Jitzer. If you're intending to present, you might, exactly, that's excellent, like that, Shamiso. The others might also want to do the same on their side. And then still in that bottom line of buttons, you can click on the 3rd one to start sharing your screen. You see microphone, camera, start sharing your screen. And in the sharing your screen, you can click on entire screen up in the top right corner.
Yeah.
And then
entire screen.
Yeah. And then if you go for presentation mode, we would be able to follow you like what Daniel did. Hopefully.
Right. It's not giving me the option to share. It says entire screen, and then the bottom says share system audio.
Yeah, but click on the entire screen there also then. So entire screen, and then you need to click on that piece in the middle where the entire screen is, I believe. So if I'm sharing, let me see if I can share my screen. So
I think it's sharing now.
Now I'm okay, so I'm stopping to share mine, and let's see if yours was there. I tried to, yes, it's there.
Right.
Perfect, perfect.
Okay. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you for that.
Go ahead.
Right. Okay. So I don't think you can see me now. Oh. Can you see?
Now you can see myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
what happened?
Yeah. Click on your screen. Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Can you see now? I think you'll be able to see my presentation, but you can't see me. Okay. So I'll forge ahead. My name's Shamiso Makumbiro. I am a nurse by profession. I'm based in Chongwe district in Lusaka province in Zambia. And I started my pig farming journey approximately 3 years ago with 3 pregnant girls. So when we say girls, we're talking about female pigs. And our core values as a company, obviously, is integrity, team working, safety, sustainability, and satisfaction. And the ambitious goal as a business is to be one of the top female-led pig farming breeders and pork suppliers in Zambia and across the continent in the next 5 years. And as a vision, our vision is to empower women and others within the community and grow the country worldwide through mentorship, training, job creation, and to be one of the leading breeders and pork producers in Zambia. So obviously for us being in the farming industry, we are looking at the problems that we are solving. And S.I.M MAKUMBIRO Farm is a great pig business, offering quality suitable for both breeding and consumption. And as you know, pork has become one of the highly sought after meats worldwide, really, due to its nutritional and healthy qualities. I say so because it's among the white meats, so that's inclusive of fish, chicken, pork, and crocodile meat. And as we stand at the moment, China is one of the top consumers of pork in the world, based on the 2022 figures. And then America is third and EU is second. And Africa as a continent, I only managed to get figures up to 2017. In 2017, we consumed 1.6 million tons of pork. So how are we looking to increase on our profits and benefit on the demand available at the moment? So we are looking to reduce our production costs and increase pork supply to 1,000 slaughtered pigs on a monthly basis by 2026, and also to increase on our breeding stock. And then we're also looking to introduce a pork processing facility on the farm by 2026, and also to establish good reputation within the community. And we're also looking to create environmentally friendly production processes and to recruit qualified staff by 2025. Currently, as we stand here in Zambia, we do have an MOU which has been signed by the country or by the government to supply pork to the Chinese government. Now, our growth strategy we've looked at is increasing capacity to accommodate our increasing pork production and breeding stock. The aim is to increase pig production while optimizing our operational efficiency. So in turn, this will also increase our profits. So we are looking to construct 5 large piggeries which can hold a capacity of 50 gilts each by 2026. So when, like I said earlier, gilts meaning female pigs. And we're looking to do this via value addition by opening butcheries across the country, and as a start before we can look to export externally, selling obviously pork and pork products, by products of pork. So we are looking at the moment at sausages, and obviously we are looking to increase profits by increasing sales on both breeding stock and pork itself, and also by making our packaging and branding more attractive of any pork portions or sausages that we make. And we are looking to achieve this by perfecting our feed formulation. This will in turn will also help us with achieve high profits due to reduced productions. As you may know, looking into the pig industry, feeding is the largest cost in pig farming. And also, we're also to reduce the transportation cost of raw materials by acquiring our own vehicles by obviously February 2023. So as it is, we are depending on hiring light trucks to bring our raw materials to the farm and to transport any pigs that we sell within the country.
Okay, you have to spend 5 minutes. But continue, if you can go quickly to the conclusion so there's time for questions.
Okay, so what we're asking for as a company is $100,000 US to, and we've looked to obviously construct the piggeries, to purchase our own trucks for transportation and logistics, and also to increase on our water supplies here by drilling commercial boreholes, and also to erect our own processing plant, which is an abattoir. Thank you.
Okay, great. So as I said in the beginning, I'm from Denmark, and in Denmark we love pork, and I think we have more porks in Denmark than we have of people. So you mentioned that you're looking to export. Yes. So how are you planning to overcome some of the phytosanitary trade barriers in order to access the world's second largest pork market, which is the European Union? What are your plans for that?
Last month I attended a presentation by the ministry, and they are looking to support us at S.I.M MAKUMBIRO Farm to be able to achieve this requirement within China and within Europe by obviously making use of the MOU deals which are already in place. So right now we're just looking to scale up on our production. And obviously, as it is right now, we only have 3 small to medium piggeries, and we can only achieve that via through increasing on our production, hence increasing on our facilities. So the government is looking to support SMEs like myself.
Okay, great. 30 seconds for one more question. The audience, any questions? Okay, as I said, Simi, so there will be a second round after the end of the last presentation. So if there's no other questions, I can't see anyone, then we'll move on. So thank you so much for your pitch, and again, good luck with the fundraising, and we'll talk again after the event. Okay, so the next company is Helium Health. Mr. Ulubusi, CEO of Helium Health. I don't know if those who are not speaking, if you can please put yourself on mute. Thank you very much. Patrick, I don't know if you can put yourself on mute if you're not the next speaker. So the next speaker is the CEO of Helium Health. This is the largest provider of full-service technology solutions for all healthcare stakeholders in emerging markets. Mr. Ulubusi, or representative of Helium Health, over to you. Okay, I can't see if there's one of the, I don't know if it's one of the JITSER names. Not everyone has put their name. Okay, we'll come back to Helium Health later on.
If I can just take 1 second while you prepare a little bit further, Christian, there.
Sure.
Shamiso, it was a little bit difficult to see your slides when you were not in the full presentation mode, and Nyeyi in particular would want to see the slides, I believe, there, and you're both in Entnest, so it's very easy to share your slides either privately with Nyeyi or follow my latest instruction in the chat here, and when you are inside the Entnest platform, click on the event itself where we are now in, and then you will have access to most of the people who are actually in here, and there we can even continuously communicate as a group even after this webinar is over. So plenty of opportunities of sharing more details either privately or in the group. Sorry for breaking in there, Christian.
No, thank you so much, Johan, for clarifying that. So the 8th company is Nafam Foods, to be pitched by Tony Olumelo Foundation 2016 Entrepreneurship Award winner, Ms. Fatima Jimo, as a co-founder and CEO of the company that she created in 2015 to combat post-harvest loss issues across various tomato value chains. Are you with us, Mrs. Jimo? Oh, I can't see her. Okay, we'll come back to her again, hoping that she will join us before the end of the session. Okay, the 9th company is called Klafia, which is changing the way you receive healthcare. Klafia is based in Nigeria and will be pitched by social entrepreneur Mrs. Jenny Nwokoye, a Forbes Next 1000 nominee. Are you there, Mrs. Nwokoye? Okay. Anyone from Klafia here? Because I know that there's... I can't see. Okay, we'll come back. Yeah,
I think you mentioned Patrick Oshe before, and I see he's being active now in...
yeah, but he's not from Klafia, so we'll come back to him.
Right, right. But you've been jumping because there's been a couple of companies that has not been here. Maybe one of the previous that you that was not here. Maybe he's there now. I don't know.
He's one. He will be
later.
Later.
Okay, sorry for that.
Let's try company number 10. So the 10th company to be pitched is by the founder, Mrs. Tshepo Chirwa. It's called Boso. Boso is considered to be Africa's construction partner. It is based in Lusaka, Zambia, where it is graduated from Bongo Hive's training program. Tshepo, are you here? I know there's people that have problems logging in, because a lot of people are not here. Okay, okay, I'll check my email. Okay, as you mentioned, Johan, let's go then to Tetrecycle. So the second last company, number 11, to pitch today is called Tetrecycle. It's a recent winner of the National Pitch Fest in Nigeria. The company is located in Lagos, Nigeria, and is operating within the climate tech clean cooking sector, and is a graduate from the Innovation Hub. So whoever is representing this company, I guess that's you, Patrick. So now you can unmute yourself, and if you have a presentation, please upload it. You need to unmute yourself, Patrick. I know you're coming in a bit earlier than the program had scheduled, but a few companies, I don't know, has not shown up. Oh. Can you need to unmute yourself? This is the first bottom on this bar. Yeah, great. Okay, do you have a presentation you want to share with us?
Yes, we can hear you now, Patrick.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, 5 minutes. Over to you. You have a presentation?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Okay.
I just wanted to run through my business.
Yeah, go ahead, Patrick.
Just run through what I do. Okay, basically. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Patrick Oche. Nigeria loses forest cover the size of a football pitch every 15 minutes. And according to the World Health Organization, smoke from firewood is the third largest killer of women and children in Nigeria. When we put it to numbers, every year, Nigeria loses 90,000 women and children to smoke-related death as a result of firewood they use for charcoal. And in 80,000 women and children to inefficient cooking methods. And that is why Tetrecycle has come in handy to clean cooking solutions, whereby we have our energy efficient stove that runs with solar and also with power. And we also produce, to complement the stoves, we also produce clean cooking energy. We have clean briquettes. They are called briquettes. They are made from agricultural waste. Can you hear me?
Yeah, not very well, but...
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can.
Okay, okay. The network is a little bit cracky from this end. So we have coal and firewood, and they are completely made from agricultural waste. They are smokeless, sparkless, and odorless, and they even come cheaper than firewood and charcoal in the market. That's way. Recently, in the course of our market testing, we found out that we need to incorporate fintech into our payment system. So what we now did was to enable us attract customers that cannot pay for the upfront payments of the products we have. So we have a payment plan developed for them in a way that it becomes flexible for them to pay. So we have an SMS automated system whereby 2 months, maybe 2 days before your due date of payment, the SMS automated system alerts you and lets you know that your payment is up in 2 days. These are all some of the areas we are actually trying to explore to bring fintech, to facilitate payment, to bring about customer satisfaction. We have a ticketing system whereby if customers complain about maybe our services, there is a ticketing system whereby we are able to accommodate them and review and make sure we are able to resolve their complaints with no time. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we are able to resolve their complaints within the shortest possible time, and we can only time because every complaint that come in is ticketed and given a number whereby we can always make reference to it whenever we want to. Then secondly, there are some uncaptured people in the remote areas of Nigeria whereby they are not connected to the internet. So what we now did to capture, and they are even the largest population that even uses the app in such a way that we can also accommodate such lower class people and bring them and onboard them into our customer base and capture them in a way that they can also be brought on board and widen our revenue base. So basically, this is what Tetrecycle does for now. And so we started 2019. The company was incorporated in 2018, December specifically. So we started operations on the 1st of January 2019. So far, we've been able to generate a revenue of about $45,000 US from the sales of our stoves. Are you with me?
Patrick, you have spoken for 6 minutes now. If you can conclude quickly.
Let me draw the curtain down to entertain questions from the judges. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Are there any questions from the floor, from participants?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah. Anyone who has any questions to Patrick and to Tetrecycle? As I mentioned, they're a recent winner of a national pitch test in Nigeria. And they're solving a very important problem in Africa when it comes to clean cooking. So any questions regarding the solution? Maybe, Patrick, one very quick answer. What makes you stand out from similar solutions that we find in other African countries? What is your key differentiator?
Yeah, one of the key our business to across other parts of Africa is just like what I've said, the new introduction of the app system, where we have a way that we can ease payments for our customers, whereby there are a lot of customers that cannot pay for upfront payments of the product. To capture these people, some of them are civil servants, doctors, and even farmers. And we have business people whereby they depend daily on their daily income. So they can't afford to pay for example, for their supplies for a whole month. So we have to be able to capture those segments of people. In fact, they constitute the largest population of people that uses this form of energy for cooking. That's firewood and charcoal. And the good thing about our product is different from the other brand, most especially the firewood and charcoal, because all the people that we have served so far, they've seen the beauty of our product. They don't even go back to the charcoal and the firewood they use because they've seen so much value they've derived from the product. Okay. So that has made us stand out from the rest. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tetrecycle, and as represented by Patrick. Before we go back to the list of founders, I could see there was some issues, Johan, with actually accessing the platform. So I've sent the link again, hoping that they will join us within the next 20 minutes. So we'll go on to the one who is supposed to be the last presenter today, which is Mrs. Modesta Malima, who will pitch the Tanzania Inclusive Community Development. She's a graduate from the Impact Investing course that I gave myself last year at the Open University of Tanzania. So, Modesta, I know you have a presentation, so if you want to upload it, unmute yourself, and then you have 5 minutes once you're ready.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, Modesta. You want to upload your presentation?
Yes, but I'm failing to share. Share.
So if you hover over the screen where we all are, then you get a row of buttons at the bottom, and the third one is start sharing screen. And the first one is the microphone, the second the camera, and the third is start sharing your screen. And when you click on that, you should click after that, share entire screen, in case you want to do for...
Selecting,
Go for the one, yeah, select entire screen.
Yes, I have done it. Yeah. Then share.
Yes.
Do you see my screen?
Yes. And you have your PDF or something somewhere. Yeah, I can see you're moving your screen down there or moving your mouse.
I don't see it.
Is it PowerPoint?
No, this one. This one.
Yeah.
I think you see our screen.
Yeah, you're on slide 8. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Modesta, the CEO of Tanzania Inclusive Community Development. Our mission is to help the community with equitable access on social economic service. So the problem we are trying to address here in Tanzania is, as we know, the African is vulnerable to the environmental change, and we know agriculture is the key and essential for food security. So what we are doing as Tanzania Inclusive Community Development, we just encourage the farmers, especially the rural women, to engage themselves in the yellow maize production in Mbeya region. Mbeya is the southern part of Tanzania. We encourage them to produce yellow maize for flour. So we assure the rural farmers that once they produce, we are the one who will buy from them. So they'll be sure of the market, also the transportation from us. So the solution Thelma is trying to put in place is the yellow maize corn flour through recruiting the farmers to get more flour as food, also to get to improve their level of economy. Yeah, we can see what. So what we do. Hello. What we do in dealing with the customer. We, as I said, we encourage.
Ouais, pour le 31 juillet, en fait. Donc, du coup, tu partirais le 24, c'est ça?
Sorry,
we encourage them in the production. So what we are trying to solve, we know Tanzania is among the countries with the vision of. Hello?
Yeah, can I please ask everyone to put themselves on mute, please?
Yeah, I'm muting as fast as I can on them. Yeah.
We want to improve also the issue of economic issues and the issue of also malnutrition, because we know in the southern part of Tanzania also we have the problem of stunting. So with the food which has the right nutrients will help the community to grow well and do well there, what they are supposed to do. Also in the projection, we find that the yellow maize production is a flour for food. Not many companies are doing. For example, in Mbeya, there is only one company and is doing in a very little amount. It's just trying, not yet involved in a serious doing this. So we are trying to solve that one and to do the participatory engagement with farmers. As you can see, that is the picture of the service we are providing as Tetrecycle in southern part of Tanzania. Thank you. I think I have used my time well.
Modesta, you still have.
Hello.
You've only used 3.5 minutes. So there's time for elaborating questions. So, anyone has any questions to Modesta and her products?
What do you see as the biggest challenge in the near future?
The biggest challenge in the near future is regarding healthy, because most of the people, the healthy plus the economy, many people, they are suffering from the problem of either over or under nutrition. So we as Tetrecycle will give them the right advice, at the same time we sell the right product for their healthy, so that we help to manage. For somebody to be capable to produce, healthy is the #1 factor to be considered. So once we deploy this solution, the community will be healthy and the production will increase in future.
Okay. Modesta, this is where are you in let's say the life cycle of the product and your company? And how do you see yourself scaling? You are fortunate to be located in Tanzania, which has one of the highest growth rates on the African continent. How do you plan to take advantage of?
Our plan is to grow even outside Tanzania. So we have started with Mbeya, and currently we are our product we sell at the southern part, Mbeya, Iringa, and Njombe. So we are scaling up. We think in 5 years to come, will have been covered the whole of Tanzania and started going outside Tanzania. But also we are getting maize from the nearby countries, Zambia and Malawi. So currently we have not started selling to them, but we are getting the raw material, as our farmers are not capable to produce enough.
Okay. Any other questions? Still have 30 seconds left. No? Okay. So as you can see, we've been through the list, and there was a few founders, 3 or 4 founders has not spoken yet. Let me first ask if Mr. Stephen Muraga, are you with us, Stephen? Stephen, are you there? No? I've just communicated with him online. I don't know why he's not able to join. Jenny Mkowe from Klafia, are you there? Jenny, are you there? Okay. What about someone from Nafam Foods? Anyone from Nafam Foods? Helium Health? Helium Health, no? Okay. Yeah, I was informed by that the founder of Bosso from Zambia, unfortunately, he had to drop out, so he's not able to pitch. Okay, I'm not quite sure what to do to bring them on the platform, so I think we'll just take advantage of the fact that we have a bit more time for the Q&A since the founders are still with us today. So maybe I'll come back, as I told in the beginning. My father's from Congo DRC, so I was very curious to know how the company in Congo, how are you overcoming the challenge since you are not as connected as they are in Kenya, overcoming the issue of internet access and having a relatively small middle class. How do you foresee overcoming those very important barriers in order to reach out to a higher customer or a market? Mr. Pinge, are you with us? Yeah, Emmanuel, you're still there. Emmanuel, you have to unmute yourself. Monsieur Mpenge, on ne t'entend pas.
Okay, otherwise we have quite a number of people in the room here who have not spoken. I don't know, Christian, if you want to give anybody an opportunity, even though they might not have raised an interest to speak beforehand. That could be another idea.
Okay, Mr. Mping is trying to connect. So any other questions from to the founders, for those of you who are either investors or just members of the ecosystem as intermediaries, or any questions to the very interesting, promising solutions that we've heard today? No questions.
Well, I can again just say I'm very impressed with everybody who has spoken today, and I do want to support from an Entnest perspective, and I think there's been a number of further people coming in. Do take the chance to click on the event link that I've shared here in the chat in this video here. And then we can stay more connected and do further work. And I'm also going to be open to assisting you with promoting further within the Entnest community later on. So, Shamiso, for instance, I think you can share your presentation, for instance, there either within this event in Entnest, or you can share it with Nyayi, who requested specifically. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I have a specific question to Mrs. KANGE from the SMILEYZ Mobile Kitchen. You mentioned that in order to help you with the expansion plan, you're willing to give 35% of equity to the investor. That's a very high equity share. So what exactly are you expecting to gain from that investor in addition to the cash? Are you looking for someone who have some specific technical skills within the area, someone who has a great distribution network? What are you hoping to gain from an investor who will get such a big chunk of your company?
We're hoping to have an investor with the technical know-how to help us grow and scale beyond the shores of Nigeria to come on board. So we're not looking for just the cash alone. We're looking for an investor that will be interested in growing our capacity, improving our technical know-how, and as well as linking us to larger markets. So one thing we like about equity investment is the fact that you are coming on board and not just hands-in off, you are also a part of the team. And so you are more committed to seeing the business grow. And so we're looking at someone, an investor, a group of investors that are coming in, not just to give us money and walk away, but to see that the company is able to scale from its present current state to larger markets. And one thing I forgot to mention is that there is a huge market here. So beyond, we started off with the glass jars, just like what I have in my hand here. But we've noticed that there is also a larger market at the base of the pyramid. And so we started including in sachet production lines. And, we want to even scale that further to go to the smaller unit sachets. And that will enable us to reach the very base of the pyramid, because it will be more, convenient to carry it, affordable, and you can get it across to more people in that format. So we're actually looking for investors that are coming in with the know-how. We're growing and we can still get to do things better. So we would want someone that has that technical know-how as well on board.
Okay, thanks a lot. Daniel Mutambi, you mentioned that you are able to, through your digital supply chain platform, not only to reach out to the urban poor, but also the rural communities. But how do you actually get the medicine out to those more remote stores? How do you deal with that, let's say, constraint or accessibility issue?
As I mentioned, we work with the fulfillment centers. So a fulfillment center is like a mini wholesaler located next to a number of retail pharmacies, clinics, or hospitals. So we are able to deliver medicines to those fulfillment centers. Currently, we have 4 within Nairobi, which is an urban center, but mostly delivering to the slum areas. Our goal, as we scale to reach the rural areas, is to have those fulfillment centers that are located close to other retail pharmacies and clinics around them. So those are our points of contact.
Okay. And are there any competition in the market? Since almost, I think it's half of Kenya's economy goes through M-Pesa, so everyone has a phone in Kenya. Are there anyone from other East African economic communities trying to come into the market, or what is your position compared to some of your competitors that I think you listed in your presentation?
Yeah, we have a very high, increasingly competitive pharmaceutical market here in Kenya. We are looking at the likes of Maidawa. We are looking at other foreign multinationals who have set up here within Kenya. Yes, there is competition, but we rank high in terms of speed of delivery with our fulfillment model. So that ranks us high. We also rank high in terms of affordability in prices and ability to provide credit. So those are some of the key competitive edges within the market, but there is competition within the market.
Okay. Emmanuel, I hope you managed to connect. You mentioned in your presentation that you have around 17 million users. That might sound as a big number from a Zambian perspective, but since you have population of more than almost 100 million in DRC, do you foresee maybe also catering to the demand that they have in some of the other French-speaking countries in the Central African Economic Community? Or are you planning to scale, let's say, organically within the Congolese domestic market?
Yes, we are planning to not only work in DRC. As I say, we have around 70 million users, but for us, we're not only using internet, but we are using also the phone number. That's why we would like to see how to join people more easily with the phone number, so that we can easily help them to have access to our services. And our business can be easily fit in other markets in sub-Saharan Africa because we have almost the same problem according to access to healthcare to a health professional. So it will be easy for us to scale up also in sub-Saharan countries like Guinea, Senegal, or Cameroon.
That'll be good because we'll be here on.
Okay. Any other questions from the floor? Okay. Patrick, regarding the Tetrecycle, you're looking for a pre-seed. So are you mainly looking to, are you looking for private or private equity or private debt? First of all, I mean, private equity, again, since you are at the very early stage of the company, what kind of partnerships are you looking for to help you overcome, let's say, the quite challenging early stage of the company's life? Patrick, are you there? And see if he said he had a very bad connection, so I think he logged out. Someone wants to, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say I see an investor, Abelian investor. Maybe it would be interesting to hear from somebody further. I think Richard has also not spoken much, and Olivier, Tadeo, James, Conrad. It would be great to hear a few words and maybe even seeing your picture to build the trust in the community even further.
Okay, since we do have a few investors, and as you know, there's been a lot of a great interest for today's event. Not everyone is with us in real time, unfortunately, but everyone will get a copy of this recording as well as the program. So I'm going to reach out to all of the investors who are signed up. We have a number of impact investors here in Geneva that signed up. So this is your chance, founders, to elaborate on some of the issues that you really want to push forward to show the attractiveness of your company. Maybe someone would want to elaborate a little bit on your revenue model of the pricing model. If you want to say something about that, that's something that investors would like to hear more about to understand against your financial projections. Again, if someone wants to share a little bit more about your ownership structure, again, how many investors would you like to get on board? What type of investors? Are you preferring local investors from your domestic economy? Are you looking to, those of you who have a very strong focus on expansion and export, are you looking for investors coming from outside that can help you get into foreign markets? Taking advantage of the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement, I'm attending a conference on the first day. Again, there's a lot of focus on this free trade area, the world's largest free trade area. Are any of you taking advantage of the negotiations that are happening with your governments to make it easier for you to facilitate trade across borders? Who wants to say something about that? We also have a few founders who have won prizes and awards. How has that helped you in your, again, in terms of attracting investments? Any of you have already received investment? Are in your second round or your third round of investment? You want to share some about that experience with the audience, both who are with us here in real time or those who will be watching the recording afterwards? This is your moment to shine. I gave you only 5 minutes. We have enough. We have the advances that 4 of the founders, unfortunately, due to technical issues, were not able to join the event. So you have a bit more speaking time than we had foreseen. So go ahead.
Okay, I can share if you don't mind. I didn't share my slides earlier, so I can just share one of the slides that talked about the margins.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, it's not allowing me to share, but I will just say that we have a 45% margin on our products, meaning that it's a very good investment opportunity. Our products have a shelf life of between 12 to 18 months. And one of the things that we've realized about the visibility or that some of these awards brings us is most of the time, it comes with a lot of people knowing about you, but beyond just people knowing about your product, put their money and that there's always that missing, gap. There is people that have so much money, they're looking for people that are looking for very big investments, and then those are willing to give very little money and in terms of grants and seed funding. But some of us at the middle, where you don't need such millions, and you've outgrown the little grant stages, we are kind of missing. So I would just say that that's one of the challenges that our own business has experienced, and we're looking forward to investors who will be willing to take a plunge on this missing middle businesses that are trying to scale from one level of growth to the next. Thank you.
Okay, any other one? I can see Stephen is with us. I've been communicating with Stephen for the last half an hour. So, Stephen, we're just about to move on to the conclusion, but since you made the effort to join, and I'm actually going to be referring to your solution on a conference that I'm attending on Thursday, I'm very eager to hear your pitch. So, Stephen, you have 5 minutes, and that will be the last presentation before I conclude. So, over to you, Stephen. Good to see you again. You need to unmute yourself, Stephen, and if you want to share your presentation, Johan will help you if you don't know how to do that.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm trying to see how I can share my screen.
Yeah, if you hover over where all the images of all of us are, then you get another line with some buttons at the bottom. The first one is the microphone, the second is the camera, and the third one is what you want to click. It starts screen sharing. And when you have clicked that, you should click on sharing your entire screen and then share, and then we would be able to see your screen there, even if you move between different sharing.
Okay, now to pick my presentation is what is proving to be hectic. Just a moment.
Yeah, start with selecting the entire screen. So then you can show, if it's a PowerPoint, you can share both the presentation and the slides and so on there. Yes, yes, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see my pitch deck.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right. Yes.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, all. My name is Stephen Muraga, a co-founder and CEO of Nyamuka Logistics, which is a marketplace. that is connecting truckers to cargo owners in Southern Africa. Over 100,000 small-scale truck operators in the region struggle to get regular business, whilst on the other side, cargo owners end up paying more per mile, having less options for logistics solutions. That's why we are building Nyamula, a marketplace that connects small-scale truck operators seeking to optimize their capacity to cargo owners who are looking for efficient solutions to move their cargo. Since we commenced operations, we have moved over 25,000 tons of cargo across 9 countries in Eastern and Southern Africa, and we have realized total sales of over $3 million US. We have worked with over 500 truck operators, and we have since raised $88,000 US in grant and vehicle asset finance. The logistics sector in Southern Africa is pegged at $75.3 billion US, of which 15.6 billion of that is cross-border logistics. We are looking over the next 5 years to capture about 100 million of that market. Our revenue model is commission-based. Currently, we make money by capturing 6 to 12% of the invoice value for every transaction. And in future, we look to also include subscriptions as well as fuel and other services that are ancillary to the logistics sector. Our main competitors at the moment in Southern Africa are generally these traditional transportation companies with some big fleets. Of course, we are aware that there is a LOIS system, Kobo 360 in East and West Africa. If they decide to expand south, they may pose a stiff competition to us. Yeah, we look to beat our current competition by taking advantage of our robust technology, which will help us to be the biggest truck operator by aggregation. My team and I comes with a combined over 30 years experience in logistics, business administration, as well as technology. We are looking to raise $300,000 US for further technology development, team building, as well as to grow our share of the market. Please come with us. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Stephen. You only spent 3 minutes, so you have 4 minutes to receive questions from the audience. Maybe you can say a little bit about your growth projections. You mentioned that you are foreseeing that you become the big player. At the moment, you are the underdog, but you see yourself as becoming a much bigger player thanks to technology. So, is that with the existing team, or are you planning to recruit, let's say, engineers that can help you develop your platform, or what is your let's say approach to achieve those growth projections?
So at the moment, we have one of the co-founders is so we have an in-house CTO, and we are looking to onboard as many truck operators as possible. We are aiming to have onboarded at least 10,000 trucks on the platform by end of 2024. So that will make us the biggest fleet operator by aggregation. Of course, as we'll be having more users on the platform, and that will translate also into activity, which will require more team members, especially case officers, those who will be able to respond to inquiries in real time.
Is your biggest
so we will need to expand our team, of course.
Okay. And is your biggest growth constraint, is that, let's say, the actual implementation of the free trade area, the trade barriers, or what is your biggest obstacles that that you need to overcome to achieve these growth targets?
At the moment, I think, like I said, we need to accelerate our marketing efforts. We need to grow our team where we can have a strong in-house team. And of course, along the way, we believe that the technology that we have right now with our current CTO should be able to take us to the next stage. At least at a later stage, we may need to grow the tech team itself. So if we manage to raise the funding that we are looking for, we'll be able to execute our plan.
Okay. And as I told you, I'm attending a conference on Thursday, which is focusing on the digitalization of the transport and logistics sector in Africa. So there's a great interest in your solution that you're providing to the market. So so I wish you all the best, Stephen, in your fundraising efforts. I hope that some of the investors who are listening to your pitch today, that they see the same opportunities and growth opportunities as you presented today. Any last questions to Stephen and the rest of the founders who are still with us before I'll conclude? Oh. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, great. Okay, so we heard. I think we got 6 out of the. No, we got 7 out of the 12 founders with us today. We didn't hear from Helium Health. NAFAM, we didn't hear from them. Klafia, I don't know, Klafia, did you manage? Jenny, are you there? Because I saw you that you're online. This is last chance, Jenny? No, you're not there. And Chira, he's not with us. We heard from Tetrecycle in Nigeria, and we also heard from Modesta in Tanzania. We had some Q&A, and so let me just conclude today's event. Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank the National Advisory Board for Impact Investing in all of the countries that have hosted the Impact Investor Circle series, for helping us to select the economic support organizations that in turn have selected the founders who have been pitching at our fifth event today and the previous events. And I would like to thank those economic support organizations who were indirectly took part in today's pitching event. And finally, I would like to thank the founders, the investors who are with us today, not that many in real time, but I know that we had more than 20 investors who signed up for the event. So for those of you who are listening afterwards, I'd like to thank you for your support, as well as other members of the impact investing ecosystem who participated in real time and who also supported by clicking on the event. So the event will be uploaded shortly on 4P Group's YouTube channel. For those of you who wish to do a deep dive into the presentations and the pitches we heard today, and please do share the pitches and the recording with your investor network. And should you wish to further engage with the economic support organizations who are our strategic partners, as well as the founders, do please reach out to us. You have the contact details here. I think I very quickly skipped these slides. So next month, we are starting the 6th edition of the Impact Investor series, which will be focusing on Uganda. Firstly, we start with the Impact Investor ecosystem, which are being led by a task force, which is in the process of setting up a national advisory board in Uganda. And then we'll be asking this task force if they can recommend some of the leading market enablers, that is the accelerators and incubators in Uganda. And we will need those market enablers after they have presented themselves to select some of their graduates, as we have been doing today, who will then be pitching in early July at our next quarterly e-pitching event. As I said, I would like to, all that remains is basically to thank all of you and wishing you a happy, healthy, and successful time, particularly the founders in your efforts to raise capital. And I very much look forward to seeing some of you at the 6th edition of our Impact Investor Circle series, which will be focusing on Uganda. Have a nice evening and see you soon.
Thank you. You too.
Excellent as always, Christian. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Johan, for your support. As always, much appreciated, and look forward
Thank
to seeing you soon.
See you back in Geneva next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Johan. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.